We are live. I have no idea who's going to be watching this, and Nolan and I personally are very scared to do this. I've never done a YouTube live before, and I know Nolan hasn't either. But we really want to throw ourselves in there and just be completely authentic and honest with you guys. One of the things I deeply value, and we all value, is authenticity. And one of the reasons we're stopping doing YouTube for now is because I haven't been fully authentic with you guys. And I feel like I need to do a lot of internal and personal transformation if I'm going to be that for you guys in the future. Because if I want to inspire others to be authentic, I have to be more authentic myself. And frankly, in some ways I have been authentic. And in other ways I haven't. So I will just start by saying that for the longest time, since almost the beginning of the quad series back in May, the first video I remember taking off and doing so well. And for some reason I expected the second video we released to be the exact same way, and when it wasn't, it destroyed me so much on the inside that in order to cover up that deep pain I felt, I made a vow to not look at YouTube analytics anymore. I had Nolan start responding to the comments. I had Nolan look at the Instagram likes because I didn't want the Instagram likes to indicate how many views we were getting. I wanted to get away from all that as much as possible. I didn't check my Facebook likes anymore, nothing like that. But the funny thing is that it's still me trying to avoid that pain, just had to keep coming up in surface ways, and it just literally ran my life. Every time one of my brothers would open up the YouTube screen, I would have to not look at the video because I didn't want a suggested video to be one of ours because it would crush me. In the gym and stuff, when we work out, I would have to make sure they weren't playing any YouTube music or anything like that, or I have to make sure they're on the full screen because I didn't want to see it because of how much it would crush me. I would cover up the suggested with the book, the suggested videos on YouTube. I would cover up the Facebook notification with a little piece of paper every single week. And every time I did that, I was saying that out of fear that something was wrong with the analytics that we had. I was psychologically coming from a deep place of fear. And I'm really someone who values how I feel on the inside more than what actually happens externally, or at least I say. And I realized I wasn't living up to that, and that's been eating at me for a long time. But I wanted to give Nolan a chance to speak and talk about how I kind of came to this realization and how we ultimately made this decision, because it does involve Nolan. And you don't have to be specific about what the video we were going to make was going to be about, but what did I say to you, and what did you ultimately say to me that you were uncomfortable with?
Let me just first say, my ego brain was very uncomfortable doing this, and the reason I joined Saban today was because I had so much fear and resistance, and my new mentality is like, if there's so much fear and resistance, you need to throw yourself into that situation so you can transcend the part of you that's so scared. And so I'm nervous right now. I might mess up. And what's funny about our YouTube videos is, yeah, we show the laughter at the end and it shows we screw up, but really we don't show the half of how much we screw up. We screw up so much, and we just get to stop recording. Saban just gets to remove that clip before we show our audience what claims to be authentic.
It's pretty annoying, honestly, how many clips.
Yeah, what claims to be authentic, a mostly scripted video that can come as much from the heart as if it's free flowing like it is right now. And I don't want to, like Saban, present ourselves as perfect, super great, authentic speakers. And we've gone so much better with it. I know Saban knows that, but still a lot of it is not coming from the most authentic place. And referring to what Saban was talking about, he came to me with a video idea that to me just seemed like more geared towards attracting viewers and being about entertainment rather than the true values we want to cultivate on this channel, like authenticity. And it just completely turned me off. And when I told him I actually don't like the idea and I would not feel comfortable participating in that, I think it made Saban take a pretty hard look at why he wanted to do a collab video like that would draw a lot of viewers in, but wouldn't really add the value that we're looking to add.
Yeah, and I just want to add to, when Nolan did that, you know, my surface mind was so funny, jumped to blame and said, Nolan and I both did this, and I said, I'm so they're so ungrateful. There's something, I've been planning this for months, and how can they not want to do this? And, you know, I was blaming them, but then I remember I was going to watch another video. I was going to shove that feeling down like I always do. And I couldn't even listen to the guy speak. And so I sat in my room for hours and hours and just sat with whatever came up, and I journaled and I wrote and wrote, and I came to a deep conclusion. It had nothing to do with them, the fact that they were uncomfortable with the video that I was mad about. I was only mad at myself. It went from an external to an internal problem, and I went deep enough because I realized that even though I hadn't checked YouTube analytics in months, I had some weird imagined, out of fear that we weren't getting enough views and no one was watching our videos, I had some glamorous imagination that this video would make us break through and we'd finally get the significance that I finally, and the perfection in the eyes of everyone else that I feel like I finally deserved or would make me feel worthy, and then I would allow myself to check YouTube analytics. And so because just like Nolan, I've been on this journey of confronting my pains rather than avoiding them, I said, we're not going to do the video right now. In fact, I realized that I'm so overwhelmed. My heart hasn't been in YouTube as much lately. I'm going to stop doing YouTube right now, and I'm going to go deep within. I'm going to check the analytics little by little and tackle the other insecurities I have that I've been avoiding for months and years. And if you guys have been keeping up with our videos, girls is a big insecurity that I still have in this moment. And so I've been confronting specific pains around that and doing a lot of forgiveness. And I see that being the next couple months for me, really coming to a deep place of internal transformation so I can decide from that place if I want to continue YouTube and what the future of our channel looks like, because I had this big fear that if we don't just have thumbnails and stuff about being quadruplets, nobody's going to watch our videos. There's a lot of fear around no one caring and being rejected for my dream, because in hockey, even though we worked harder than anyone, we knew we were consistently met with rejection. And so I thought I had to put on this mask of perfection in order to be worthy. And I realized in subtle ways, just like I talk about my videos, and we've been talking about, ironically enough, as I said it and was aware of it, I was still doing it. In subtle ways, I was acting out this appearance of perfection, and I'm so sick of that. And so I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to start making many more live videos, do a couple interviews maybe. This will be on Facebook and stuff, not necessarily on YouTube. But I'm doing this live video, and I plan on coming back a much more authentic person if we do choose to come back, and give that to you guys.
And I think something that Sabin is hitting at, well, let me just say first of all, my stomach is hurting because I'm still obviously very nervous. And I was probably wondering the whole time when Sabin was speaking that he's just going to know what to say and I'm not.
I'm the same thing, right?
So that's just honest. But what I was saying was when we're all in a phase where we're letting go of so much of our old familiar thought patterns and identities and trying to move beyond that. And I don't know, I feel because all that stuff's coming up and I'm starting to let it go through this process of internal transformation, I just feel very conflicted. And I feel like in that space, I'm not going to be able to give my best to YouTube. And I also feel that it can even serve as a distraction, a way, and as another way to feed that need that, wow, to everyone else, we look perfect. And I want to get away from all that. And I just, for the next few months at least, I just want to merely focus within with almost no external distractions and really just get, like Sabin said, but obviously have a different set of insecurities, get to the root of some of them and just start to cultivate more peace, stillness, and genuine happiness within rather than just presenting myself that way, not feeling that way at all on the inside.
Yeah, so that was great, Nolan. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, we can probably go on for hours about this stuff. I've been going through, I like to call it the dark night of the soul. And I know Nolan knows what I mean. It's the kind of this dissolution of this old identity. The ego is holding on to previous thought forms and identities. It's its last grip as everything's falling apart around us internally, and our new emerging selves have not come up yet. And so it's been somewhat I've entered into a little bit of a darker period that I'm trying to be as accepting of as possible, where all the girl insecurities, all the YouTube analytic insecurities, all the need to be productive and busy all the time insecurities, so deeply rooted in appearing perfect in the eyes of everyone else still is all basically blowing up in my face. But I do have faith that this is all going to come together for, my good and my transformation. And I want to be that person for you guys in the future. And so I think taking time off right now is the best thing we can do. And I really hope you guys understand that for whoever's watching right now.
Yeah, let me just say the last thing is like YouTube, for us, definitely recently, as we started to let go of this identity, serves as sort of a reminder of the old. It serves as the gap between, I haven't been very happy the last few months because a lot of inner pain's been coming up for me and it's been super hard. I know Sabin's been going through something similar, but yay, we post our YouTube videos and we look perfectly happy, we laugh, we have the best connection. None of us quads are even that close right now because we're all finally confronting our inner selves. We barely speak to each other. We don't even hang out anymore. All this is happening, and it's like, now I think YouTube is time to let it go so we can really put all of our attention to this process. And I think ultimately, whether we come back or not, it's going to turn out for the better.
Yes. And there's a lot of good that I think has come out of YouTube so far. A lot of good. We don't want to paint like we only did it out of this reason, but if I have to be completely honest with myself, even when we first started this channel, I had this image that finally looked perfect in the eyes of everyone else, and I wanted to shoot videos in our local gym in front of other people so they could see that we're these famous YouTubers, and I want to let that go before I make the decision, because I don't want to come into 2021, or if we ever pick up this YouTube channel again, which we might, I believe we will, but if we do, I want it to be from the healthy place of sincerely wanting to add value regardless of the number of people. So with that said, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was our most vulnerable and honest video. Mark and Lennon didn't even want to join. We don't have to get into why, but I just told them about it today because I decided yesterday that we were going to do this. So hope you guys got value out of this. Hope you guys understand, and we may or may not see you again.
Thank you so much for watching.
Take care, guys. It's a live stream.